Welcome, 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 everybody. Happy Thursday. This is the final day for, I don't know why I did the quotes, but it's the final day for your next level reset, your set points for unlimited success in your personal life and in your business. This was my way of supporting each and every one of you to use this time of quarantine to end this particular quarter, June, July, and August, as an opportunity for you to seriously take your higher dreams, goals, and desires very, very seriously by looking at where you are in your life and what you're doing in your body, what you're doing in your soul, what you're doing in your spirit, and what you're doing in your life, particularly when everything on the outside is going wonky. And coming back to a place of center and groundedness and power, because that's what this group is all about. You connecting to your higher power, your higher sense of self, who God created you to be, so that you can have the kind of success that you want in your life. And so I just want to do a very, very quick recap. And then later on today, I want to invite you to the Power Her Influence Inner Circle, which basically is a beautiful, powerful, sacred container, if you will, helping you accomplish the things that you need to accomplish in your life so that your power and influence rises to such a powerful degree, you actually make some big changes in your own life and as well as in your business. And then I just want to talk to you about when you get to a place when you're really serious about living your best life, being your best person, when you are serious about letting go of the past and all the trauma that maybe you have gone through, or the setbacks that you've experienced, or the disappointments, the failures, and instead of looking at them from a place of judgment, but looking at them as a place of lessons and opportunities to grow. And you start to fall madly in love with you, knowing that you are enough with all the good, with all the bad, and with all the ugly, when all those pieces have value to you. I think that's when your set points actually start to change. That's when they start to dissipate, if you will. And then the higher person of who you are, the divinity of who you are, that God created you to be, start to truly emerge, because there's nothing on you anymore. You've learned the lesson. You've been grateful for the experiences that you've had, and you're making some very powerful new decisions to go into a whole new level. And I see women settle for less so often. And most of the time we do it unconsciously because there are all these other needs that are operating at a deeper subconscious or unconscious, subconscious and unconscious level. And I definitely have done it myself. I've gone through those changes and challenges myself. I've had my own setbacks. I've sabotaged myself many, 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 many times. And but we're very grateful that I'm one who really trusts her intuition. And more importantly, I trust God, source, and spirit at the deepest level, and know that everything works out in its divinity for my higher self, so that I can emerge and be the person I used to be. Now, at first, I think when you've gone through some major setbacks and traumas, you get into survival mode. And then when you're in survival mode, you may not be as clear as what needs to be changed or transmuted, if you will, because you're in survival mode. And I think this pandemic has got us all in some level of survival mode. And what that does is it, again, causes us to shrink, causes us to close in, causes us to pull back, causes us to shut down. And in doing that, we may be putting up unconscious blocks or limits that prevents us from having the kind of success that we want. And then in that limit, we create the set point. So just to define set points, it really is just a primary way of functioning, how you function. It's a particular place where you feel the most comfortable or the most safe. And that's where you allow yourself to be in any area of your life. Weight, relationship, money, success, visibility, all of those things have some level of set points in you. And another way for you to know that you are experiencing a set point is if you have a desire to live a different type of life, have a different type of business, experience something bigger and bolder of where you know you're supposed to be, but you're not there yet, there's a set point in there somewhere. There's some patterns, there's some set points that have interfered with your ability to move forward. And so the goal here is to begin to dissolve them and shift them, grow through them. As I said in all the days before, every next level that you go to requires a new version of you to come forward. And what I see happening as a psychologist, and what I see happening just as a woman, and even my own experience, and psychologists, we're nosy. At least I say that. We're nosy. We're powerful observers. And we pay attention to, and we are fascinated by, I am definitely fascinated by why people do what they do. Why they think the way they think, and why they behave the way they behave. I always have been fascinated, which is why I think I do so well in the area of psychology. It fascinates me why one woman with the same gifts and talents is successful and the other woman isn't. What's the disconnect here? And most of it, as you already know, has everything to do with what we really do believe about ourselves, or what we'll allow ourselves to have. And if we're not willing to allow ourselves to have it, it's because there's a set point. Something subconsciously is in the way of us actually allowing ourselves to have that kind of success. So I wanted to kind of wake you up a little bit, and wake myself up a little bit, and say, okay, this beautiful and yet difficult time is giving us permission to redefine who we are, redefine where we are, redefine where we're going, and then following through with higher thoughts and beliefs and values and behaviors to move into our next level, and then keep that process going. And so that's what this whole entire journey has been. And hopefully you have felt that, you understand that, you are looking at your own life. And one of the things I do know very, very, very clearly is that we as human beings were not designed. No one can convince me otherwise. We are not designed to live life on our own. We're not designed to live it on our own, or to do it on our own. We're designed to be in community. We're designed to be in relationship. That word relationship, by the way, the first word relate, the actual definition of that word means to talk. So the goal is, the more you are in relationship with someone that you're talking to, and having those really deep, vulnerable, intimate kinds of conversations, the more we tend to, especially if it's in the right environment, can really help you release your humanity, if you will, to some degree, and move more powerfully into your divinity, to your higher spiritual, energetic self. That, again, as all of I think every speaker I've had come in here has said this to some level. We are spiritual beings in a human body having human experiences. And in our divinity, there is nothing missing, nothing broken. Everything is whole and complete. And so the goal is to, I believe, get back to our wholeness. And wholeness means getting back to our spirit. Getting back to our spirit means getting back to the real burning desires that we have on the inside, because that's probably, no, let me take that back. Any burning desire, any dream and desire that you have is not a probably. It is an absolute, undeniable, unapologetic life force, God force inside you saying, this is who you're supposed to be. This is the life you're supposed to live. And you in your consciousness, and maybe even in your consciousness, have said, yeah, I want it. And the moment you say, by the way, I'm tongue-tied this morning. By the way, that is absolutely biologically true. When you say the word, but your brain short circuits. It's like God created a off switch for. So perfect example. Let's say you are working for someone, you've had a job, and your boss comes in and says, hey, you did a great job on that project, but you didn't do A, B, and C. Your brain is not going to focus on anything that was said above. If there was any kind of compliment and praise, your brain is going to focus on everything that has been stated afterwards. This even happens to you. You can say to yourself, I want to be a six-figure business, but I don't know how to do ... Well, no matter of the desire to be a six-figure business, what's real is that contradiction. That word but is a contradiction, which basically means your spirit and your soul and your body are not in alignment. They're out of alignment, and that's why you have the gap. So the goal here is to, how do we get ourselves back into alignment? How do we make this a priority? it took me, oh gosh, it's from 2011 to here to 2010. What's that? 9 years? 9 years, and especially the last two, to really understand the visceral, energetic, psychological truth of that, and to see it play out in my own personal life. And I had to go through major losses and transitions to really wake up and realize, oh, so that's what that is. And that's how that's playing out in my life. And it's harder to see it if you're one of those women who are really strong and you're the one that everybody comes to, and it's rare that you feel like you've got support, quote unquote, or you have let's say a safe place to share your deeper concerns and fears, and allow the masks to come off so that you can say, here's what I'm really dealing with. It's sometimes it's really hard to do that if you're the one who's the strong one all the time. And sometimes I think God's Holy Spirit loves us enough to say, I'm going to put you in the vulnerable position so that you can learn your lesson. That's what happened to me in the past 2 years. I went through some major losses in my family and my own personal life, and it shook me up. Best thing that could have ever happened, because if anything made me wake up and see spiritually, energetically, and then psychologically, and then physically where my blind spots were, and who was really in my life and who wasn't in my life, and what I needed to take responsibility for and what I needed to release and let other people take responsibility for in their life, these experiences have. So this is why I'm here with you now and saying this pandemic is a gentle, not so gentle kind of way of waking us all up to reassessing who we are and where we are, and making that decision. That word decision is to reach a definite conclusion. There's a desire in me to get you to get so on fire about healing at a visceral, deep level that you have no choice but to be transformed. Go through your own metamorphosis process, like a cocoon, a larva going to a cocoon and becoming a butterfly, and going through that process, and then coming out. Or a better example that just dropped in is going through that phoenix experience, the phoenix rising. It dies and turns to ashes, and then it rebirths. This is our rebirth opportunity to really come up in our power, in our glory, in our beauty like never before, from a spiritual, energetic, psychological, and physical perspective. And I won't even add on financial, because if there's ever a time for us as women to making money a priority and becoming wealthy from an internal, external, financial perspective as well, now is the time to do it. And we have to think outside the box, because what you've been doing for the past, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you can see is no longer working. So you've got to think outside the box. You've got to be able to redefine how are you going to create multiple streams of income, and maybe through different sources that you never thought of before, to help you actually begin to create the kind of wealth and abundance that you want, because nothing is going to be the same again, ever again. And I know for me, from a divine intuitive perspective, I can tell you, I truly believe the fall and winter of 2020, 2021 is going to change. It's going to dramatically change. And we don't know if it's going to be a positive change or a negative change. I'm feeling like it may not be that great. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But that doesn't mean my life doesn't have to be great. That means I can start preparing myself and getting my foundation as strong as I possibly can, so that when the waves come, I don't break. I just bend or go with the wind, if you will. I don't know why I'm being very metaphorical today, but hopefully it's getting in and you're feeling that. And so this is what this whole entire process is all about. So let me share with you, and this is just a mild level of sharing, just 4 areas that you can probably pay attention to begin to move your set point. Because what I want you to understand is that your set points have been developed over time. This is a part of your life journey. And yes, you've moved ahead and you've moved behind, and we're staying, in that little zone over and over again. But maybe now is the time to do some deep, intentional work, and healing at such a deep, visceral, spiritual level that you can quantum leap into your next level. And once you get there, you experience a higher level of peace that causes you to relax. And in your relaxing and in your being at peace, you're opening up more to the divine feminine and the divine masculine and all that God has for you to help you move into your next level, as well as taking your brand, your message, and your business to a whole nother level, because you're no longer under the set points or the patterns or the limitations. You're no longer limited. You are an unlimited woman. You are limitless. And that's what this process is all about. And I'm still going through this just as well. I'm constantly evolving and making me a priority. And that's what I want for you, is for you to make yourself as a woman a priority. You have said this. I know you have. You said, hey, if there's a trauma, if you're on an airplane, put the mask on yourself first and then help everybody else. Well, let's take this seriously. Let's actually do what we tell every other woman to do by making ourselves a priority. And so here are the 4 tips for right now, but just again, to change those set points, to change those patterns, to remove those limitations, it takes concentrated, intentional, ongoing process. It's an ongoing learning, experience that you have to go through. Does it have to be hard? No, it can be very, very easy. And I do believe that when you're in a relationship and you're in the right container, sacred container, where you are safe enough to unveil, you're safe enough to go through that Phoenix experience and come out of whatever it is that you're experiencing, then you can get there much quicker. Does that make sense? Much faster. Your healing process takes place at a much deeper level because we're supposed to do it together and not do it alone. I was trained to do a lot of stuff alone, which is why I think some things took a long time to do it, and realize that when you have the right sacred containers, you evolve that much faster. And because you're in a safe place. So I'm creating that safe place for you to go deep and to become that Phoenix rising, so that you can step into your power and become the influential woman that you want to be, so that you can sit in the place that I'm sitting right now, which I don't know if you guys, most of you, I think most of you are connected to me on my personal page. If you're not, send me a friend request. I would love to connect to you. I think almost every single one of you are. And I just got an opportunity. What I'm trying to say is I've had a lot of opportunities come into my life, especially speaking on major stages. Most of those major stages are being virtual right now. And that's going to take my brand and my message and give me visibility to a whole new audience, which if you're a business person, that's really what you want to do, is you want to make sure that your brand is being seen. You want to be the top of mind. And so that means positioning yourself in a way that you can be seen at that level. And so I've been calling it in, and now they've been coming in, and they're coming in fast. And so today I woke up this morning and I got an email from a major publishing platform. I had heard about it a while back, but no one explained it at the level that I got in regards to understanding what it is now. And it's huge. And I'm like, perfect. And luckily the person who introduced me or reintroduced me to this platform said, well, I actually know the founder. Let me introduce you to him. So we've talked, and I'm like, this is fantastic. We get to actually provide services to other authors who say, I want to publish my book. I don't have the money for it. Now there's a platform that allows you to get funding for your book, or at least a portion of it, not all of it. There's still some pieces you have to invest in, but it's worth it. and if you do it the right way, which is what I'm studying right now, it can actually give you a profit. That's the piece that I'm looking at, and that made me excited, going, so this can actually make money a little faster, even before the book is actually done. Excuse me. See, I'm so excited about it. I'm choking myself up. So this is really, really good. And then, of course, just signing into a new program or new business that I'm launching with Tara Grace, and a few other ladies who are in this group have also signed up as well. It's called Healy. I will definitely talk about that. I'm going to maybe talk about it very, very briefly, because we're going to use that experience as a part of the program. And our accountability group, really is what I want to call it, or the inner circle. and all these wonderful things. So let me get back to sharing the 4 things that I want you to be aware of so that you can have at least an awareness. So the number 1 thing is, remember, set points are developed over time. So it's going to take time for you to shift them. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It takes some intentional, deep, concentrated, focused, and work, and being in a safe environment where you can go through that metamorphosis process. So that's number 1. Number 2, I am a psychologist, and one of the things I loved about being a psychologist is assessments. There are simple assessments, and then there are more complex, detailed assessments. So personality tests, all those kinds of things, I loved them. I aced those courses when I was in school because I loved them so much, because I was so fascinated with them. So one of the things is finding those assessments. I've created quite a few of them in my business, obviously being a psychologist, and then now I use them in the coaching world, where I have some real simple ones that you can answer within 10 minutes, and it gives you at least a snapshot of what's going on in your life, and if you're really paying attention to some key areas of your life. And then there are the more detailed ones that you really have to think about and assess, where am I in regard to these levels in my life? And then, of course, within that assessment, you start to pull out information to help you create your, what I call the Unlimited Woman Life Plan. So you're actually sitting down and looking at, what's my mission, what's my vision, what are my core values, what do I really need to be my highest and best self, what does that look like physically, mentally, emotionally, through all the different 8 life dimensions or wellness dimensions that you want to pay attention to. Assessing where you are is going to help you know what you need to let go of, what no longer serves you, and what you need to do to move forward. So assessments are really great. Then the third piece is, again, like I said earlier on, is having support. So having a safe place where you feel supported and where you're being held accountable. And not just to doing something, but accountability to your highest version of who you are, where this community is only seeing you as the queen or the goddess or the empress or whatever archetype really resonates with you at that high divine feminine level. And that's why when I do my posts, I call you power sisters, because that's how I see you. I see you at your highest level of power. So those kind of definitions, those descriptions, when you take them, I'm speaking that into existence. I'm speaking it into the atmosphere. I'm calling you those names because this is who you are in my mind. If I'm calling you an unlimited woman, if I'm calling you a power sister, if I'm calling you as a queen, it's because you are in that high level, and I'm defining that. So what happens, imagine what would happen if all of us as women start to call each other at that high divinity level of identity. It would change our lives and the energy amongst us very, very quickly and easily. And I think it would actually heal a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for, judgments and misconceptions about how women, particularly the diversity of women, so Black women, white women, Mexican women, if we can just, yes, see that, because that needs to be seen and validated, obviously, but at the same time, also see us at our highest level. So being the queen, being the goddess, all those different things. Hopefully that makes sense. I think it does. And so being a part of this accountability group is so huge. So that's why being in a mastermind, being in an inner circle, I love the term inner circle. I will be inviting each and every one of you to be a part of the Power Her Influence Inner Circle, which is really for the next 6 months holding you accountable to showing up. It's a sacred, high emerging or immersion and accountability process for your personal life and for your business. That's just in simple terms, that's what it is. And we're going to be working together and helping you step into your next level. At the ultimate level, that's what we're going to be doing for your personal life and for your business. And then within that, I'm actually going to give every woman who signs up, you're going to have an opportunity to be visible. I'm going to include you in a book. You're going to be a part of our Ultimate Woman Mad Success Manual, where your business is going to be highlighted. The book is not going to be under my name. It's actually going to be under our business name. So it's not about me. It's going to be about you. This is going to be used as a marketing tool to help you share your business. You'll be able to sell it. It's amazing. And there are all these other opportunities that are connected to that, because I have a lot of visibility opportunities. As I get them, I open up the door and bring as many women as I possibly can with me who are willing to do it. And then, of course, for those of you who sign up through Healing, I'll talk about that in a second, you get the program for free. So, and I put it at a really low price so it's not overwhelming, and I will upload it because last night I fell asleep and I didn't finish the landing page. So I'll do that today and then I'll upload it. And if you feels like this is a good fit and you want to be a part of a sisterhood that's really going to support your evolution into becoming an influential woman in your brand, your message, in your business, and more importantly in your life, then you're going to sign up. It's only $197, which basically comes out to $7 a day. Something really simple and easy for you to move into your next level. All right, so I'm done with that little promotion. We'll let that be what it is. And then the last thing I want to talk about is, in order to move into or to change your set points, you really do have to redefine it. You've got to redefine your belief systems, your thoughts, your value system, your goals, your dreams. You have to redefine everything in order to reset it and move it to a whole new level. And then sometimes being in a community that can help you have the right kind of language and then hold you accountable to that reset is so crucial to you moving into your next level, so that when you have a crisis, when something happens and you get off track, that community says, wait, I know that this happened and we're sorry that this happened. What do you need to do to solve it? But let's get you back on track with your higher identity, your higher divinity, your higher definition of who you choose to be and the life you choose to live and the success you choose to have and the money you want in your life. Let's redefine it and then make sure you are staying held accountable to that truth, that absolute truth, so that you can manifest it a whole lot easier than before. All right, so those are my 4 tips real quickly. Is there more? Absolutely, there's more, but you'll get that as a part of the Power Her Influence Inner Circle program. Okay, so in addition to that, you've heard me interview Tara Grace, and you've heard me mention it along the lines that I've just signed up for a new business called Healy. And I will upload a real quick little video to kind of talk about what Healy is. So Healy is a company that's out in Europe. It was originally designed created and designed in Germany, if I believe is correct. And what it is, it's a medical device that has now been approved by the FDA out here in the United States. And what it does, it's a microcurrent or a bioengineeric, I think that's how I said it, bioengineeric, I always get that word wrong for some reason, device that helps you raise your energy, your frequency, and your vibration at a cellular DNA level so that you are healing your aura, healing your field, healing your organs, healing your tissues, healing your entire body to get into optimal wellness. They are also has different types of frequency programs. So from a brain-based perspective, think of it this way. They have designed different programs that affects the different types of brain waves and energy waves that go through you. And you have 4, alpha, beta, theta, and gamma. Alpha, beta, theta, and gamma. So it's basically going from conscious to your subconscious mind. These different wavelengths that's going through your brain and how your brain is operating affects the rest of your body. So now this particular device allows you to pick particular programs to help you with mental health issues, so specifically depression, anxiety, if you're dealing with any kind of chronic pain and fibromyalgia, that's what the FDA is saying. Then it has all of these other individualized frequencies that you can use to help your body start to get at its optimal level of wellness. Now, with everything that we do, and we know that everything is energy, and for those of us who are using, certified therapeutic essential oils, we're using bilateral beats and music and that kind of information. We're using emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. We are working with different other modalities that helps us do the energy clearing, like Reiki or Access Consciousness. This particular device is going to take those modalities to a whole new level inside your body, soul, and your spirit. And the reason why we're sharing this is it's just entering into the United States. So, and Tara is a brilliant CEO, because what she did is she reached out to the company and said, hey, I want to join, but I want it this way. And that means we're creating this powerful feminine divine leadership, inviting women, and I think a few good kings out there too, who really understand the power of having something like this in their life and as a part of their business. And the beautiful thing for those of you who are distance or remote healing practitioners or master teachers, this device is just going to take your business to a whole nother level, because it does that too. I've kind of passed out because I'm still kind of trying to figure out how does this all access distance remote healing work. I have a coach who does that with me, works every single time. And I'm like, I don't know how it works, but it works. And they can use this particular device in their hand. Mine is on its way. And this is an opportunity for you to not only have a product that can really support you as you're working on, changing and setting those high-level goals, dreams, goals, and desires for yourself, but it could be a powerful business opportunity for you, particularly if you believe in spirit and energy and frequencies. If you really know for a fact that these things are true, and you want to have a device in your hand that's going to help you take it to a whole nother level, then I want you to reach out to me, and I will definitely teach you a whole lot more about Healy and how to actually do this, how to actually get the product in your hand, how to build a business with it. I signed up immediately and then have built my team. My team is building very, very fast because everybody understands and believes, yes, everything is energy. And if this is a tool that's going to help me magnetize and go to this high level in actually experiencing the divine frequency and alignment that I need to be successful in my life, then I'm going to sign up and get it. And there are 4 different types of units. And right now, they've extended the US special, which is giving you a nice saving on every single unit, depending upon which one you want. And so for those of you who sign up and get the Healy, it's the Healy Holistic Health Plus or the Healy Holistic Resonance. Now the Resonance is the big grand, that's the queen of all units. And what she does, I call her a queen, someone else may call her a king. But what she does is she has a scanner. So the Resonance unit has an actual scanner that scans your entire body. It scans your cells, it scans your DNA, it scans your organs and your tissues and your blood, it scans everything. It's a medical device that scans your whole entire body. Then it gives you a read, a printout, and tells you, here's what's going on in your body, here's where your energy is low, here are the programs you need to use to help recharge and reset your energy. And then here are some of the supplements, or here are the vitamins, or here are the essential oils. I don't know if they do the essential oils, but here are the things that you can do to help take you to another level. And then for those of us who really understand health and wellness, we could say, okay, great. Now I know that this is what's going on with my client, or this is what's going on with me. Here are the essential oils that I can buy. Their certified therapeutic essential oils are the best one. You don't want to get any other kind of oils unless they are certified therapeutic grade. Those are the best ones to get. And then you can use the right essential oils. You can continue to use the tapping. You can use the Reiki. All of those modalities with this powerful tool is just going to elevate, because your body, your actual energy is healing and rising to a whole new level. That's why I said I can see the power of that very, very easily. And if I can make this another income stream, yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm going to go ahead and sign up. Did. And now I've got, I think 6 or 7 women who've signed up, and 3 more who, one just sent me a message, so I got 7. And I did that within a week's time. Did it pretty quickly. Why? It's selling itself, because we know if there's ever a time to heal ourselves with what's going on in this world right now, all of us are energetically out of balance, and we need another resource to help us move into the next level. So this opportunity to be a part of healing, to be a part of the Power Her Success, Power Her Influence Inner Circle are 2 powerful resources and tools to help you claim your power, move into the next level, and have the kind of success you are designed to have, and to be a part of a community that's going to guarantee that this is going to happen for the end of the year and moving forward. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Hopefully this made a whole lot of sense and this is supporting you in a great way. I would love to hear your responses. If you did reply, I will get back to you. I will be uploading the opportunity for you to connect, to be a part of the Power Her Influence Inner Circle. It's only $197 per month. And then if you sign up for the healing, you get it. No matter what level you sign up for healing, there are 4 levels. And they have powerful savings for each one. You get to be a part of the program just as well to really help you build your business, because that's the thing. I'm going to help you build your business. And it's different than an MLN, just so that you'll know, because I know people get all kind of funkified in it. But, talk to me. I'll help you break through it. Anyways, that being said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. And that you are ready to step into your power, you're ready to step into your influence, you're ready to step into your next level, you're ready to become very successful and unlimited in every area of your life and in your business. And I would be truly, truly honored to support you in making this a reality for you right now. Okay, with that being said, God bless. Take care of yourself. Talk to you later.